Welcome to Dialogue, the Game Matters podcast.
Wow. Is this the episode 100?
We have
The elusive.
reached.
The magic number.
We have reached. No, not Nirvana, but yeah, the magic number. 100. Episode 100.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, baby. That's what we're talking about. How long have we done this thing? Oh yeah, we keep on mentioning it, 5 years.
5 years, yep. 5 years, all because
Wait,
of
it's 4. Is it
2017.
5? Is it 4?
Oh,
2017.
Game of the
Wait.
Year is 5 years. The podcast is 4. Come on, season 4.
Oh, yes, yeah,
season four,
Yeah.
17, 18, yeah.
Got the numbers jumbled up. Yeah, introducing the panel, we have Daniel over there.
Hello. This is all David Cage's fault.
And on the side,
Veteran saying, yo, what's up? What's up?
and on the side is Anand. Yeah.
Yo.
And I am Amirul Macronos Ashraf, and this is part 2 of the Gamer Malaya and Gamer Matters Game of the Year Awards for 2021 deliberations. If you are hearing it for the first time, if you haven't heard the previous episode, please do, where we gone through in length all the award winners for this year, bar one. We still haven't done the big one, the Game of the Year, which also which is also the top 10 rank list for Gamer Malaya Gamer Matters top 10 games of 2021, which also is pulled from the top 30 games that we have shortlisted.
God damn, that's a long list.
Many lists. Oh. Yeah, what were you saying, Daniel?
Like, that episode 99 itself is already how many hours? 3? I'm guessing 3 hours. 3 to 4 hours.
I can safely guarantee 3. I'm not sure how long this will be, but we'll see lah. We'll see. So, before we start with rearranging the rankings, let's go through to the top 30 games of 2021 according to Gamer Malaya and Gamer Matters, or rather aptly, according to these 3 people on this podcast, which is basically the full crew.
Yep.
What have we shortlisted as our favorite games of 2021? And this list can be games that we have played and also the games that we haven't played but we want to, as we've discussed before in the previous episode, which is also, some of them are also featured in the best game we didn't play award. So yeah.
Yep.
So I have here, we are looking at the top the 30 games arranged in alphabetical order. Shall we just go through the games real quick? The name of the game, what the game is, and why it's in 2020 in our top 30 before we go into the nitty-gritty of things.
So we're going from the top then.
From the top.
So the start of our top 30 list is actually quite a surprise. Well, to me, tapi not surprise probably for Mac, because it is the multiplayer slash 'em up Chivalry 2.
From Thorn Banner Studios, published by Tripwire Publishing? Tripwire Interactive?
Tripwire Interactive, yes.
So, medieval game, first person or third person, very visceral. You use a plethora of like medieval weapons, from swords to chickens, from baguettes to maces.
Baguettes, I swear.
Including the kitchen sink.
Yep.
If you can pull out a kitchen sink, I wouldn't be surprised, because that kind of game. You got like, it feels like a Battlefield game, but with a smaller scale, not even smaller scale. It's still like 64 max players, 32 versus 32, which is still massive. It has crossplay, no crossplay parties yet, but still crossplay. And on the first 2 weeks of launch, it works sublimely well with no online connection problems whatsoever. Servers are just running okay. And it's an indie game. It's our best indie game of 2021, in fact.
It's an achievement. A good multiplayer game from indies.
So next, what do we have?
All right, so in our second of our alphabetical order, it is Arcane
from the Time God.
Offering from the Time God. Time Cops.
I mean, it is again. It is about time anyway. So it is Arcane Studios' Deathloop, where you play as Colt, trying to break a time loop while his girlfriend, Juliana, that's the name, tries to stop it.
I will just describe her as Juliana.
Yeah, Juliana.
The girlfriend is allegedly.
I mean, literally, like the first hour said, we have dated before, right? No, shut up. Yeah, I think, dude. That's what Colt said.
Allegedly. But yeah, that's the fun about Deathloop is like it has all the qualities of an Arcane Studios game. So you can feel it in the presentation, you can feel it in the voice acting, you can feel it in how they mix the music. And then it's still technically an immersive sim, but I'm gonna put an asterisk on it because they have to like compromise a lot of stuff to make sure that the game works as also as a multiplayer experience. The twist is that you have to kill like 8 of the target VIPs, the visionaries. The twist is one of them is actively hunting for you. Which is Juliana. It can be an AI or it can be another player. God damn it, that's the word. So essentially, this is technically the Dark Souls of immersive sims.
I want to argue, but that is actually quite true.
Because we can argue that later, and I will end Deathloop's argument there.
Oof, boy.
Next on the list.
Alright. Number 3 is definitely not a mistake. It is from Ubisoft Montreal, which is Far Cry 6. And, well, even though it is another Far Cry game, but I think this is the most polished of all the Far Crys in the availability of, from 1 to 6. Well, minus Blood Dragon and New Dawn, because I am not going to count New Dawn as a Far Cry game.
You've already not counted Far Cry Primal as a Far Cry game, so
yeah. If they have if you have a worded title after Far Cry, I'm counting as non-canon. But yeah, this one is by far the most polished, and I think this is the first one also that has a speaking. Well, I more or less a speaking protagonist, because I think Far Cry 4 has a speaking protag already. And I guess like the reason why it is here in the game of the year, the top 30 is the fact that it is, if you want to start playing Far Cry games from anywhere, or you just a casual gamer that wants to join into the first person fun, this is the game for you. Basically, this is the starting point. This one, the most polished. You have your star-studded cast as the villain. You have good motivations to take him down, and I guess, and ironically, again, looking at Ubisoft in the future at this point of time with their weird ass NFTs, I think this will be the last time we will see like a very good single player experience. No cap. Unless you count the Prince of Persia and the Splinter Cell remakes later on.
Somehow you've made Far Cry 6 as you've sold Far Cry 6 as one of the better Ubisoft games, but also selling us a dark future at the same time.
Yeah.
Oh no!
The journalist in me wants to sell you a dark future. Would you accept?
No. Hopefully this won't be the last, but at the
last of the good times.
At the moment,
this is a good time.
Ironically, this is I think one of the few games besides Assassin's Creed Odyssey or Valhalla being a single player, And that those games are going to be the last, and as well, since they are going to make a multiplayer Assassin's Creed. So that's why it's here in the Game of the Year top 30, because enjoy it while it lasts. Okay, so next up, we have another interesting entry, Koei Tecmo's Fatal Frame Maiden of Blackwater. Now, okay, this one is interesting. I think if you listen to our podcast, our previous episode, this game was in the Wii U jail for 5 years. And it literally came out at the end of this year, after, I think it was being teased during E3, that, and the Fatal Frame Maiden Blackwater is coming out. And it's a good game. I mean, I think it's more of Fatal Frame being more of a throwback to the last gen, like not the PS3 era, not the PS4 era, no, the PS2 era of horror games, with the jankiness and the very there's gonna be a jump scare here for your moments, and that's okay because it's a good throwback game for a remake, for a remastering.
Yeah, and always a game that's getting ported out of a defunct and limited platform. That's always good to hear, good to know. Somehow the gamepad obscura has been unlocked.
The game obscura. Next on the list, we have, it's also, even though it has the, which is a T, but we're going to go with the F on this one. So it is the Forgotten City. And this time I know who is the developers. It's called Dear Villagers, which is which is why we don't remember. Well, yesterday, if you listen to our podcast, on the last episode, we don't remember their developer name because it is that generic. Dear Villagers. So yeah, it is Dear Villagers, the Forgotten City. And what else is there to say about the Forgotten City?
It started as a mod for Skyrim.
Yes, it is started as a mod for Skyrim. It was, I think, mod of the year.
Yeah, I mean, he got awards for from the Australian Writers Guild.
Yeah, hence why, like when they got award, they got the funding to make this game.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it was a 6-year development cycle. So here we are, the release, and it is a good game. Good storytelling, good. It is the mystery behind all of the secrets of the game, and it got positive reviews by everyone. So, yeah, very, very good contender in this Game of the Year top 30. Then for the next game, it is Forza Horizon 5. A flawed masterpiece. I should have said that yesterday during our Racing Game of the Year discussions. This is a flawed masterpiece. The bells and whistles are there. It's a good racing game, but goddamn, the bugs is ruining the experience for me.
But bugs aside, my god, they've nailed down all the things that most people wanted out of an open world game. And I'm saying that open world game in general. You've got a world that is worth exploring, not just because it looks good, but also traveling around it is also fun. Because cars, and not just because of cars, but because of, the characteristics of the cars feel different from every kind. It is an arcade game, but it is the most sim-like of an arcade game out there, especially for an open world arcade racer. The roads are fun to drive on. There are plenty of variety of events to take part of, and if you're tired of just going around in circles, you can do stupid silly stuff like just wreck the Christmas tree around during this limited time event. Sure. Stuff like that, and also plenty of user generated content to enhance the experience, from anime liveries to custom events. It's just loaded with features, so much that I don't think if you can put a big bullet point for Forza Horizon 5 compared to Forza Horizon 4, there's no underlying new features, but this time they're just adding in more icing on the cake, so to speak. But adding it so also make the cake a bit heavy, and also toppling as we speak, so they need to repair it right now. Too much. Too much.
The butter fondant is now melting. It's now falling over.
It's already top heavy. Relax. I understand the Daniel's current feelings about the game, but I mean, if you put that aside, this is a solid racer, by the way.
Yep. Oh, next we have Arc Systems, a very popular fighter, Guilty Gear Strive.
The fact that you can describe this fighting game as being bullshit blazing is indicative of the game itself. That very specific phrase captures the spirit of we are not conventional, but we are very high quality, but also what the heck? What the heck? So it has all as for a fighting game player, it has all the bells and whistles that you want right now. Rollback netcode is there. Of course, character selection is a bit smaller right now, but standard lah. DLC is coming, and the DLC drops are pretty substantial in terms of this character is coming back. This character is coming back. New character. Yeah, the new characters are also pretty interesting, and a visual and audio were the force.
Have you seen it in motion? Most of the time now, right now on, if you have Astro Sports Package and you watch on EGG, the esports channel, there will be a time like I did, like every Saturday, Sunday, they would show like highlights from a Guilty Gear finale, championship finale, and it looks really good even on TV. Because I think like TV broadcast has a delay, but it still looks good.
Yeah, let's get the Gear Strive.
Right, next on the list is Microsoft and 343 Industries' latest Halo journey, which is Halo Infinite. EV said that this game has revitalized the Halo genre of Space Marine shooters.
Oh yeah.
Like after Doom, this is the best, the second best Space Marine shooter that you can play right now.
Somehow 343 Industries has redeemed themselves.
After
Halo 4, after Halo 5, after Halo the Master Chief Collection, they finally made a good Halo game right out of the box.
Well, if you not count the Master Chief Collection, this is the third time's the charm. Technically.
Third time's the charm, guys.
And yeah, it is fun. Like this is the first time the Halo game are going open world. So literally you can do anything and go anywhere. And it is packed. The campaign is quite packed. You can spend like I think 24 hours of gameplay within just this campaign alone. Not to mention like how popular the multiplayer is right now. And the fact that it's free to play. Like people won't argue. Like what? Halo multiplayer is free to play? Might as well. It is still the top seller.
Yeah. So they finally figure out how to make Halo good.
Oh, and the feedback, yeah. Not to mention the feedback, like they are like during the launch on November 16, like people complaining the multiplayer was too hard. Yeah, they'll fix it in the next patch, which was I think early December. They immediately fixed everything. Now it's fun to play. So they really focus on fan feedback now as well. So this is very good looking for the Halo franchise right now. It's quite very solid actually.
Giving Master Chief a grappling hook is wonderful. The fact that the Halo physics, the video game logic of physics that is Halo has now been unlocked even further. And people are doing wild things, exploiting the physics to make... Like, if you think Legends of Zelda Breath of the Wild's immersive sim-ish game-breaking physics shenanigans are funny, Halo Infinite has that spirit. The grappling hook makes Master Chief feel like Spider-Man. Just Cause is shaking right now. Finally, an open world with grappling hooks. That's fun to shoot people on.
Oh, next on all this is a very an old friend, because this game has featured in our previous Game of the Years, I think 2019, if I'm not mistaken. It is IO Interactive 2019. I think 2018. 2018. Yeah, 2018 edition. IO's Interactive's Hitman 3. So let me guess. Hitman 1 is Hitman 1. Hitman 2 is Hitman Harder. So this one is Hitman with a Vengeance then. Am I getting my Die Hard reference correct?
I'm not sure because I don't know much about Die Hard to compare it. But I guess how about this? Hitman 3 is Hitman's greatest hits.
Oh.
Yeah, true.
Because the way to sell Hitman 3, if you just want to know what is Hitman 3, is you can just say as, okay, this is just another Hitman. Just more refined, new levels, but that's not selling it enough. What you have to look at it is this is the compilation of IO Interactive's crazy journey of trying to make an episodic Hitman game. Went wrong, almost went under, revived again as an independent company, made 2 good sequels and recovered from that. And this is the tiny bow on top of the Hitman project, as they will move on to other games after this. This is the final Hitman game for now. And the fact that you can play Hitman 3, you can play Hitman 1 and 2, or technically 2016, both those Hitman games in Hitman 3, as a compilation of all it, fits Hitman's greatest hit.
Yeah, that means that's what, how many levels? At least 6. That's 18 levels. Can
roughly, I
think that's a lot.
20,
like,
yeah.
You play one game of Hitman, you feel like 6 levels is just, Allah, sikit, that's too small, that's too... You have not seen actually the proper skill of a Hitman level. It varies in scale, and to be fair, most of the Hitman 3 levels are kinda like less open worldy, it's kinda tight, more closer, more dense, but all those levels are just like insane amount of times that you just want to wander about, think of all the crazy things that you can do. Oh, maybe I can shoot a sniper from here. Oh, maybe I can get the poison from here. Oh, there's an alternate route to get to this motherfucker over there. Alright, cool. There's a lot of possibilities that you can, if you like messing around, if you like the murder puzzle. Hitman 3 is like the crescendo of the orchestra. This is like IO Interactive at their best. They have pumped out the best levels here. And for the Hitman veterans, you get a good one for you as well that try to twist you in a bit of a knot, and then you tie it back and give it back to them. It's like simply brilliant stuff lah. They do. It's still fundamentally similar to Hitman 2. Not all of the new stuff are like game changing, but it is the best form of Hitman we've seen yet.
Oh, cannot wait for the next project. No.
Can't wait to see a certain 00 agent to swing an axe around or something.
Just through the briefcase.
Oh, the homing brick.
Oh, no. Now call it like the Q approved homing briefcase.
Oh my god. Technically, there is an ejector seat assassination way in Hitman, so they know what they're doing.
Alright, next we have our second and final racing game on our top 30. It is Hot Wheels Unleashed by Milestone SRI. I think that's this private limited for Italians.
Yeah, SRL.
SRL, yeah, SRL.
I thought SAR was Swiss.
Swiss, eh? No, I think no, Milestone is Italian. I think it's like probably a European thing.
I think so.
Also winner of the best racing game of 2021.
Ah, yes, they are. These folks have made Hot Wheels games fun again. After languishing like Hot Wheels for the last decade and for the 2010s, it's either DLC, mediocre games, and mobile jank. So they start the new era of 2020s with a banger of a racing game. And boy, Hot Wheels is a banger. It is hard but fair. The cars are basically like 1-to-1 with what you can buy at the 7-Eleven or I don't know the things around here.
Gas station.
The Shell. Yeah, Shell also sells Hot Wheels sekarang.
70 world.
Yeah. It is just perfect. Like the tracks kan, walaupun it looks quite big, but there's a reason why it's quite big. Goddamn, the races get hectic as you go on.
Yeah, fundamentally, Hot Wheels Unleashed knows what it's doing. Like, it takes all the boxes of a modern arcade racer and they tried so much to try even included the user-generated content suite that racers expected, including a livery editor, which is impressive, a track editor as well. Not the full best of the fully fledged one, but the fact that they tried to do one and are improving it as we speak is still like very commendable.
Yeah. And they're still updating the game as we speak. It's like they recently just released a new December update. And wow. I think they're not stopping. Probably
they confirmed 3 season passes.
Yeah, they're 3 season passes, so they're not gonna stop now.
Expect more weirder crossovers to come. Like the Gucci car is just a tip of the iceberg.
Yeah, I want like one car that before we end this, one car that I want Hot Wheels Unleashed to have is my favorite car, which is I don't know if you remember it. It's the one from a certain manufacturer. You know, the picture like last year itself, they have featured in not even racing games. Porsche.
Yeah.
Because I don't think Porsche is even in even in this game. So come on, Porsche.
Not yet.
Yeah, not yet. Come on, Porsche. The moment you put in, I don't know, a Taycan or a 911 into your Hot Wheels store, I'll buy. I have so many gold. I can wait.
Dude, I have the toilet car already, so I'm good. My dream car is there.
The dream car.
On a more serious note, I would like to see the Splitting Image 2.
Yeah.
Specifically that one. Not Splitting Image 2. That one looks nicer. Yeah, that's Hot Wheels Unleashed.
Oh, next we have our first of the 2 4X games within our top 30. And that is Humankind by Sega.
And Amplitude Studios.
Yes.
So, the simple cell, again, we start with the elevator pitch. This is Civilization alternative. Properly this time. Like, there are many games in the 4X subgenre, but there is very specific to Civilization is the theme of human history. You go from the Stone Age, you build up as a tribe, and then you go to the ancient era, and then you develop find iron and stuff like that, and then proceed into the snowball of modern technology and culture and war and diplomacy, and then you try to win again in various different ways. So while other 4X games do have this shared element, but never any other game try to go toe to toe with Civilization, and Humankind tries to do. They have established themselves before for pioneering some cool new mechanics in the 4X genre. But here they try to bring all the new and innovative ideas, but try to put it into a similar mold to Civilization. At some points it's kind of a bit disappointing, but at the most part it works as a direct competitor to Civilization. There are some cool ideas they change around, like the way culture work is different, and the way instead of like playing one specific civilization until the end of time, your civilization changes over time, which is interesting. So you can start as the I forgot, for the Indus, the people from the Indus Valley, and then end up becoming the French, and partway probably you became the Greece or something like that, which is weird but fits the spirit of this sort of alternative history kind of games. But yeah, I don't think that it's gonna beat Civilization 6 anytime soon. But humankind sets a very solid foundation to show to the world, to the people out there, like, hey, we can do that game too, Firaxis. Hello, we are your rival now.
Yeah, I've seen like the gameplay. And it is like there are some good steps to make it more different to Civilization, which I approve of. And is this is a new studio ataupun an old studio?
They've been around, but they were indie scale before Sega bought them. When they got the Sega money, they said, oh yeah, time to do a Civilization alternative.
Yeah.
So they've been around. They've made the Endless series, like Endless Legend, Endless Space, and Dungeon of the Endless, those kind of games.
Right, next on our list, and this is a funny one. For our top 30, we have Lost Judgment.
Then they makes it even more funnier.
That's why. It's by the Dragon team. Yeah. It's by the Dragon team. In the Yakuza guys, basically, and this is their... Yep. And this is the second and perhaps the last within the Judgment series due to conflicts with conflict licensing of the main actor, which is very sad actually. But yeah, like Japanese.
That guy is like pretty hot when it comes to his face likeness licensing. So I can understand.
I just wonder,
what's the beef again?
Yeah, it is your typical Yakuza affair before they change into a middle-aged persona.
Oh yeah, there's a persona arc there. There's a high school arc.
I reckon there is.
You play as the I think you become a co-curricular supervisor or something, which explains why you get to do the club activities as mini games.
Dance.
You can be part of the dance club, baby.
Like that is the fun side of the Lost Judgment that I expect from them, because they find that it is just a different version, a different take on the Yakuza formula.
Yeah. And the dark part is much darker.
And
there's some
very
crazy
dark.
murder mystery going there, and there are dead bodies being laid around. Like, okay,
and it's not even like it's not even taking out of the experience, like the fun part, because it is that's how the team, the RCG team, have a good balance between suspense and fun stuff, and I do approve how they do it for this game as well. So I hope we get to play it soon.
We'll get around it. That's Lost Judgment.
It's Lost Judgment. So next up we have an interesting entry. Like before, during the E3 reveal, nobody expected it to be Game of the Year worthy, and yet here we are. It is Eidos Montreal's and Square Enix Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy.
So many parties involved here.
You have the licensee, you have the developer, and you have the publisher. And this is a game. This is an amazing single player experience. I even want to boldly say that this is basically a Western version of Final Fantasy VII, because how similarly they play between each other.
You know what? You saying that, I'm not even surprised. I've heard that there were rumblings that team wanted to do a Final Fantasy game for so long.
It's a second best team.
Why not we put a Marvel skin on them and sell it like that?
And it is sell like hotcakes. Like after the disappointment of Avengers, this is like a good reprieve. A very good reprieve. And it is a very good game as well.
And it's not just because they don't put loot mechanics, right? It's
no.
more than that, right?
Yep. Combat's good, story-wise is good, and I guess it is as testament to how well Eidos Montreal does its job in this type of games, and I hope they get to do whatever they want now, since they have made Square Enix a lot of money at this point. But yeah, very good space game. Speaking of which, the next one in our list for top 30 is also another space game. But this is a remastering of a certain three game trilogy of some guy or girl named Shepard. and their flight to save the galaxy.
Mass Effect Legendary Edition. So, this is the trilogy of remasters that fans of EA have been clamoring for oh so long. Please, EA, please start making remakes and start with Mass Effect. Please, we want Mass Effect. And finally, the year 2021 has come, and we get to relive the trilogy of games that have basically put BioWare on the map, and also have basically put in the idea that RPG elements can exist in other sorts of gameplay mechanics, such as a shooter, a cover shooter in this case. So it's not much to say about Mass Effect Legendary Edition other than has been a good remaster, and they have done at least more than the adequate bar of a simple remaster by actually bringing the elements from Mass Effect 1 to more modern standards, so it's much more playable, as in we don't need all those RNG aiming mechanic because we want to be an RPG now. No, we play it more like a shooter, but then we add in the RPG element. That's why Mass Effect 2 was the big game of 2010. But yeah, I'm glad that finally we get to play the series of games again in a modern console or modern platform. And until a new good Mass Effect comes in, this will have to do.
Maybe the next one. Hopefully, maybe. But didn't their most long time director just left the company?
Look, the new BioWare is nothing like the old BioWare. So
Yeah.
I have no big hopes for whatever the new Mass Effect and Dragon Age will be. But I hope that at the very least they recover their reputation. But until that, if despite all of that, if BioWare ended up being a casualty of the EA death scythe, the legacy of Mass Effect lives on.
Edge is much better than Anthem. Alright. For our next in our list of the top 30, we have French Bread. I love saying that word actually. Melty Blood Type Lumina. The game that has been memed to all heck. Not the game, the series basically, due to one picture from the internet, now has a modern day release, which is a very good release as well. And I guess it cannot defeat the juggernaut that is Guilty Gear. No, because Arc System has already conquered the fighting game genre for like the last decade or so. But it's nice to have some kind of alternative, a bit weird one like Melty Blood to be side by side. And even though I haven't seen like major tournaments using Melty Blood, but the fact that people are playing Melty Blood in the year 2021 is already fun to me.
And don't worry, like the FGC is a very diverse community. Even though the food court is full of Guilty Gear setup, go to the bathroom and you'll get something.
The Switch. Something. We cannot play. There's not a Switch setup at the bathroom. We cannot play Melty Blood there.
And even memes aside, right? Melty Blood is still a solid ass fighting game. Like put away the Fate Go thing and whatever that is supposed to relate to it, but as a fundamentally, if you judge it as a fighting game, it's decent enough. And one of the rarer releases that still uses 2D sprites these days.
Yep. I think they are the second. One of the two. Because I think KF already 3D. I think they moved to 3D already. So
they used to be the king of sprites.
Some fresh bread has to take the mantle. On number 16 on our top 30 list, it's a game that I think doesn't need any more introduction because goddamn it is too long. Even I want to say it. It is Nier Replicant Nier Replicant version 1.2. You know the rest.
You've given up already.
Version 1.2, whatever the hell it is.
I mean, when the game launches back in July, even Yoko Taro said 1.2 blah blah blah. Even he knows I've made a mistake with his name.
It's just so Yoko Taro.
Yeah, and like it is one of the best remakes of a game of a last gen game.
In fact, the winner of our best remake remaster award.
Yeah, it is by far. I think like I said on our discussion that it is basically if you want more Nier Automata, there it is. That's basically it is a one basically a what whatever it is exactly that, but it is the prequel to it because you will meet characters from Nier Automata, but before you meet them for real. I think I don't want to say much, but yeah, just play this one, please. It's on sale right now. Thanks to the end sales, just play it.
That's Nier Replicant. Version 1.22474487139 ... I'll say the full name.
Yeah. Right. Next up, we have our second 4X game within the top 30, which is Old World.
Old World. Apparently, the civilization connection doesn't end here.
No,
It doesn't
that's
end
not.
with humankind. But this one has much more closer lineage. The lead designer, the game designer for Old World, is the person who did Civilization 4.
Yeah.
So it's 4 and 5 that people are really have high regard of when it comes to the Civilization series. But with Old World, it's a bit different. It looks like C5 first. It's not looking like C4, which is interesting itself. But then it also like focusing deep down to a very specific ancient era rather than through the span of human history. No, we just focus in this part of human history. The ancient era. This is the era where the Greeks, the Romans, the Persians, I keep forgetting, Carthaginians, no, or is it Phoenicians? So yeah, that era during the thriving of the time around the Mediterranean Sea. Yeah, that era. It still plays like a 4X game. You still like have to found cities and manage diplomacy, but with a Crusader King's twist. You have a lineage. You have to get babies, and then you have to train your successor with different tutors to get their stats right. So when they take the mantle to rule the empire, it won't go belly up. So it's an interesting cross. They try to bring in Crusader Kings 3-ish elements. Yes, that includes getting bastard childs and also doing. I'm not sure about marrying your cousin or something. I don't think it went that far, but there are implications of like you having an affair, stuff like that you can do. So there are They are like trying to do, okay, how about we don't go in depth, but we try to do this nonetheless. There are like interesting twists. But yeah, Old World feels like, how do I describe it? Okay, if you play a fighting game, you have your fighting game fundamentals, right? Like, you know how to press the buttons, you know how a game plan on how to win a match can be similar from title to title. With Old World is one of the games, and also sort of like Humankind as well, but Old World is where I feel like, I finally carried over the skills I have in Civilization, but now playing a very different flavor of Civilization. That's Old World to me. Like, I have to play like this. I get this. You twist it like that. Alright. But it feels much more prominent because of it doesn't want to be a civilization, it wants to be its own thing. That's what makes Old World like stand out more. And one of the two better 4X releases this year lah, and deserves at least a top 30 here.
Yep. So next up, we have an interesting entry into the top 30, which is I like to say it is quite archaic design, but it fits. It has its quirks and features that is very fun to play, which is People Can Fly's Outriders.
Another Square Enix gamble, but this one can be on the fence. Some will hate it, some will love it.
I mean, we love it, even though the final boss took us like an hour to finish.
Oh yeah, that was a slog. But here's the thing, like Outriders went out to make an RPG shooter. It's still a looter shooter, but they really focus on having an RPG first, right? And I think they nailed it. The fact that you do have to think about making your builds, like all those abilities do change the flow of combat, and the flow of combat is a traditional cover shooter. Somehow they made a cover shooter interesting again. Especially if you play that one class that allows you to not play the game like a cover shooter. The tank, the devastator. Yeah,
And
story is fun as well.
the grim. I like to say that it is grim dark, but it's the fun kind of grim dark. If there is even a word.
Like self-aware grimdark. They know they are going there, but they don't like mellow in the darkness. They're like poking fun at it. You know how terrible it is? Yup, it is terrible. God damn it. Let's go there. But yeah, Outriders is interesting at the very least. And I can see that some people might just write it off. But for us, I think we rate it quite highly.
Yeah, we really quite highly. Next, we have the very good and very quirky Psychonauts 2 from Double Fine Games.
Imagine Psychonauts 1 was not a rough jam.
Oh, we would have Psychonauts 2 earlier than 2021, to be honest.
You know what? True as well, but the wait, if you are the hopefuls of who have been waiting for a proper sequel to Psychonauts 1 and hoping for all of the issues it had with the gameplay parts are all ironed out. Good news, good freaking news. Psychonauts 2 is what you've been dreaming of all these years. Like, it is still a 3D platformer. It plays like a 3D platformer. It is now a solid 3D platformer, which is saying a lot considering what happened the first time around. And if you are invested in the story, Psychonauts 2 expands the world there and how it tells you a journey that is very intimate, but also like you have a bigger threat, a larger scale that is happening, which is also very well established, that you feel engaged with it. You feel like, oh, I need to see through what happened here. And despite all of the shenanigans, you still have the funny shenanigans. The puns are there. The writing is still top notch. The dialogue delivery is just kooky as hell. It's a playable 90s cartoon. I won't have it any other way.
Yep. So next on our list is a return of, well, for most of the players, it is a return of a king. Because they introduce basically what we now call them as boomer shooters, but let's call them as what they coined the term arena shooters. We have the 2021 remaster of Quake. This is the last game that was in conjunction with the two
Johns, yeah.
The two Johns, yes. Romero and Carmack.
The last before the rift splits.
Now
them
one
apart. Oh no.
And now one is making a game about gangsters, and another one is literally about to make a metaverse. But I digress.
Yeah, Quake is one of those games that are similar to Mass Effect Legendary Edition in terms of it is such a significant game that deserves a return. It deserves a remaster at the very least.
Yep.
And they have done a good job in enhancing some parts of it, which we wouldn't even ask for them to do it. We would have been okay if they just did the bare minimal because the game is already good. Great even. But they did more. So yeah. Also, PC free upgrade for PC players.
Yeah. And like I can say that the console versions, that is the PlayStation and the Xbox One, are the control scheme now makes sense. Because how they mapped it into like what you would expect an arena shooter would move using a controller. And big props to the guys at It, Bethesda, and even Machine Games and Night Dive. So those four making a classic more playable in the modern era. Next up, we have a very cutesy platformer that sadly we didn't get to play due to obvious situations. It is Insomniac's Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart.
The winner of the best game we didn't play what?
due to obvious reasons.
Do you have a PS5, Daniel?
Sadly, no.
Anan, do you want to buy a PS5?
I'm not sure if I want to.
I mean, if you want to, you still can either.
Yes, yes.
That's the only
Even if I
thing.
want, I cannot.
Mm,
I mean, I have truthfully, I haven't seen one physical on my front of my own eyes, so I'm not even sure the PS5 even exists.
The
Same.
last what 10 million sold? Wow, 10 million goals has a PS5. I'm impressed.
For the lucky 10 million of you, Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart is like, oh man, that's a system seller. That's a
that
proper
is
system seller.
yep.
Like, okay, it's still technically a 3D platformer with a very how do you put it? There's a shooting focus, of course, because of the fun weapons that you get to use, but also it does make a better selling point of, oh yeah, the PS5 have SSD now. What? So what? Oh, we can do this. Loads in a very different world seamlessly in mere seconds.
Oh, like what they showed on the first ever trailer. Like, whoa, wow, look at this! No loading screens, and bam! Wow, it is true. No loading screens at all.
And the last thing is that I'm just glad that Insomniac haven't forgotten its roots. Even though they are now like all mostly in, they are now making the Spider-Man games, right? They're still like, okay, we have another team to spare to keep on making that the old 3D platformer that can still be kicking around. And unlike Naughty Dog,
no, they're too mature for that anymore. Jet and Dexter doesn't exist anymore.
Don't say that when we're talking about Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. That's all I'm gonna say. But yeah, that's Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. I can't wait to get the game when I finally see a PS5 appear into existence. Oh, by the way, I should mention that for Psychonauts 2, they have also walked away with the Best Aesthetic and Best Story award. I haven't mentioned that previously.
I see.
Okay, back to the list.
All right. Next up on our list, the other R game between three games we starting with R. It is Resident Evil Village, or most of you call it Resident Evil 8. Easy word I can say about Resident Evil 8 is Big Mommy Vampire. But other than that, beams aside, other than that, this is another solid first-person showing by the Capcom team, because I think this is their third time. Sorry, I forgot Resident Evil Survivor. Never forget Resident Evil Survivor.
Deep cut,
yeah. Like what they've done is they just refined what we have played from Resident Evil 7 and made it better. Like, now aiming is more snappy, which makes like those harder, like those tense moments more easier to, well, not panic. And I guess it is a weird way to wrap up the story of Ethan Winters like this, but hey, I am not on the Capcom development team, so I don't know. And yeah, it is. And also, another tidbit that this game is the most completed game of 2021. Just shows how much people love playing this one, even though I'm pretty sure it's just because people want to see Vampire Lady.
Never count out Vampire Lady. Also, the reason why Resident Evil Village won Best Meme Generator.
That's what I wonder why.
Yeah. There's no other reason. We cannot not give them the award. Cannot. We cannot escape it.
And next, for our final game that starts with an R, it is the very good story-driven game called Road 96.
How do you pronounce the developer name? DGX Art? Something?
I don't know. I just call it DGX.
No. Something like that. A French developer, that I can confirm.
Yep. Yeah, you need... Even though we mock David Cage, he is from the land of the French. And the French know how to make a good story. And this is just another proof that this time with a better... Like, the next time we say which game developer has made the best story is still French, but now we can say it's DG Arts. Instead of the other one.
Yeah, that I agree.
It is a story that if you listen to our previous episode, it is a story that likes to intertwine their storytelling. Like you might meet this character that likes another character, which you meet as in another playthrough, and they can reference that, and all of your choices actually make sense. This one because it is that interwoven, and it is quite an interesting way to make this type of story-driven games, so that I guess even though we are going to see the renaissance of both Telltale's own games coming in next year with their what's it called? Is it the Star Trek one that was announced recently?
Telltale is making The Expanse.
The Expanse, yes.
Telltale game, a new game studio Telltale game studio are making Star Trek.
Yeah.
And of course, we have to mention David Cage is making a Star Wars game. God damn it.
That's so bad.
But back to Road 96.
Yeah, but 96, I think they are now for this type of story-driven games, they are now my benchmark. How interactive can you be? These story games. How will these three story-driven games that's coming next year, how interactive they will be when compared to something that an indie team has made? Yeah, that's Road 96. Very cool. Get it on sale right now. If you want. Right, next on our list, we have the very fun hack and slash, thousands and thousands of people in one go, Samurai Warrior 5.
What? Samurai Warriors 5 is just good fun. Like, it's like turn your brain off, mash button kind of good fun.
Yeah.
I think that's the thing is that people, I know I was one of those guys who like scoff at this series, the Musou games, right? Where it's just this is just you just press buttons and stuff happens. So what? And then you press the buttons yourself, and then you see the stuff happens. Oh, there is like some skills involved, even though like most of them are very very like linear. But hey, number go up as well. And then number of bodies go up because you are like juggling them in combos. It's also go up. So it's all good fun. It's all good fun.
Like one of the special moves that you can do is like make a twister, which can take more people off. And that's how like absurd it is.
One of the most fun weapons in the game during the Sengoku era, where people are fighting with katanas, the gun. You can surf with the gun.
Yeah.
You can basically surf around like boom boom combo as you bring the more down of the enemies together with you as you continue juggling them as a combo. Oh god, it's just stupid good fun. That Samurai Warriors 5 story is kind of silly too. They've made the romantic tales, the romantic legendary tales of the Sengoku era into a shonen.
I think for the best, to be honest.
Who doesn't like shonen this time around?
That's why.
Who doesn't like Oda Nobunaga as being the naive and optimistic one, while he's paired with Akechi, who is like the more broody and realistic one. Yes, this should remind you of a certain anime. We've mentioned it in the past episode.
Yeah, we mentioned it in the last episode. I think what's it called? The Boruto's Dad or something?
Yeah, Boruto's Dad.
Alright, next we have one of two Bandai Namco's entry within the top 30. It is Scarlet Nexus. And can I say that the director of this game is so nice. And like everyone, like he likes everyone who has platinum his game. I think this is his first big project as a game director, which is very sweet. I feel so bad not playing this game now.
But from what I've played of the demo, this is a solid action RPG. I mean, maybe not to the level of Nier Automata or the Nier Replicants, right? But it's solid enough in terms of, we have a party members all with their quirks and features and follow the normal archetypes of a JRPG party. But also the world is set in a cyberpunk style future. And you also get to do psychic abilities. Wait, this is Psychonauts, right?
No.
But yeah, they tread the same the idea of like they call it they call the genre itself brain punk to describe their aesthetic, which is interesting itself. Yeah, Scarlet Nexus is solid from what I've played. It's just that this is one of the games that I just don't get around, but
That
it's
and-
enough.
Yeah, and
It's
that
like
and it
not
launches.
really our thing.
Yeah, and it launches on the September, which is packed with Deathloop and some other game like Life is Strange. So they really draw the short straw on that one. But speaking of short straw, the other game that's very Japanese, and I guess it's quite famous as well due to the fact that it's sold very well for a SMT title, which is Shin Megami Tensei 5. What to say about Shin Megami Tensei 5? It is the game where demons can literally spit on you and steal your money, and people don't question that at all.
From what I get, the demons also interact with each other.
Yeah. Wait, this literally what you're friends with this clown? Okay, then I'll be friends with your clown as well. That's how the writing, the dialogue between demons are so funny. Like, I just want to say that it is a reason why, even though it is one of the hardest RPGs that you can play on the market right now, but due to the fact that it is absurdly funny at times, people don't care about the hardness, the difficulty.
Yeah, it's definitely the Pokemon game your school teacher warned you about back then.
Oh yeah, this is it. Yeah,
Oh.
demons.
Because
Demon.
of this is the game, not Pokemon. They were supposed to mention Shin Megami Tensei.
Pengaruh setan.
Literal pengaruh setan.
You can literally get a Lucifer in your party. So hey ho. I mean, that's not the worst. I saw a I think there's a devil on the toilet or something. I forgot the name. Shin Megami Tensei 5. We will get around to that eventually.
Yeah.
I personally will make an effort to get it. But that means I have to get a Switch. That's
Join
another story
us.
for another day.
Join us. Next, we have the second of the Bandai Namco Double Trouble, which is Tales of Arise. The Tales series is quite famous, but not really that it's not mainstream famous, but it is famous enough that this is the game that won the other game of the year stuff, the best RPG. I guess I can describe it as what if we don't have Dragon Quest in our timeline. This is the second best thing. This is basically that we have the weird 11 party members, we have the weird quest, and we have the very colorful yet somehow there's some darkness in between them type of land that we are going to travel with. And it shows that the Tale series have been slowly building up to this, because I think this is the first time they are going action RPG instead of turn-based.
They used to be like action-esque, as in instead of like you pick your actions in a menu, you just press the button straight away and do combos. But now I think it's more proper action RPG in terms of you can have full direct control.
Yep.
Last time around, you just press the buttons. You can't move around. In some of the games I've played, not all. I played one. Apparently the worst one.
Yeah, the free one on PS Plus, Vesperia, and
Zestiria,
yeah.
The worst one.
Vesperia is a different one. I think Vesperia is much more well received. I mean, that's the reason that game goes for free. Zestiria.
On PS Plus, I wonder why.
But still, hey, recovery, man. They're back. Tales of the series is now in good shape.
Right. 3 more to go for top 30. Next, we have Unpacking. This is an indie game by the folks at Humble Games. The guys who made Humble Bundle, and the developer Wishbeam. And I like to explain Unpacking as the game where you relax, because it is basically just sorting out your stuff. Like, it's basically what if you don't want to do your home chores? What about game chores?
There's also the same. It tickles the same satisfaction as if you played The Sims and then you go to buy mode and then you want to like make a very live-in room, so you just decide to put in more clutter stuff and then adjust the angle just a tiny bit here. Put the clock here, which does not have any gameplay ramifications, but you just want it to look pretty. Then you put in other decorations here. There, it's the same. It's the same feeling.
Yeah, it is very relaxing. The music is lo-fi, so you guys, as you are sorting out your closet, your play character's closet, you hear the lo-fi just playing like, oh, very comfy. And that's unpacking. It's very nice. As with all the games in the top 30, do give it a try. And next, we have, this one is quite interesting. This is the sleeper entry of the Game of the Years.
Pretty much, I would say this is surprise of the year.
Yeah, exactly. This is Coffee Stain's Valheim.
Iron Gate Studios.
And Iron Gate, yes. Yep.
So Viking base building survival game, yeah. It's base building like Minecraft. How do I say this? There's a specific charm to Valheim that you have to play to really feel it.
Yeah, I agree. It is like there is some satisfaction to start building start building a commune, for food and all for no reason. Even though we don't eat, but we might as well just build a carrot farm for no reason.
Mm-hmm.
And then cry as all your work goes to waste when the monsters finally come and attack it.
Yeah.
Like I would say that Valheim fits that middle ground where it is not that stressful when you fight monsters, but it's not that boring, like just the monotonous just cutting wood and all. Because it is a good balance.
It's a good balance between survival and just vibing in general.
Yeah.
Survival games. Okay, if let's say you're a beginner, start playing and then don't know the game, it can get quite challenging. But once you get the loop going, it's pretty chill, pretty vibe. Until you reach the swamps or the plain, then it's horror game.
Oh yeah. For me and my friends, when we got the boat, oh no.
Oh no.
When the weather changed, oh no. It is nice.
Yeah, sleeping. I remember when I first got it, I had multiple of 10-hour sessions pretty much straight. And I was sitting, just play Valheim, and then another, and then another.
That's 4x level of one more turn there. 10 hours.
One more carrot farm.
One more day in Valheim. Another day.
Yeah. Okay, I get that a lot. Yeah. I understand that.
Okay, today I'm gonna forage for food. Let's say, okay, I'm gonna hunt boars, like collect apples or berries. Okay, next day I want to go mine copper and then processing copper. Is just one day and then another day. Next day I want to do this. Next day I want to do that.
And before you know it, you already have a fortress.
Yes.
Yep.
Yep. And it's still in early access. Plenty of things to come. Story is good.
Yeah. And we have our final game in our top 30. And this is like all of the indie titles, and they have their own quirks and features that deserves to be in our top 30 game of the year list. And this one actually captivated more or less me, Mac, and Anand due to the fact that it is that flexible, which is Will the Myth
by World Walker Games. And my god, this game is a very nice surprise as well. Like many of the other indie games, and all nice surprises, but this one is it tickles me especially because it hits the genres I like. Like it is at first front, it is a strategy tactical RPG, essentially an XCOM like, and then they layered in this fun bit, which is a procedural storytelling method by way of you choose your own adventures while watching comic strips. And those choose your own adventure choices have large ramifications of how your character will come out throughout the adventure. And the adventure is also like, it's not like it's a evolving world with time passes. Like you can have one session be like multiple chapters, and multiple chapters will be part of different stages of life. So maybe the first chapter you see your starting 3 characters speed up because of weird circumstances, like there's a fire there, and you can already start establishing relationships. Oh, are these 2 characters love each other, or they are fierce rivals? And this will like appear back in other stories to be referenced against. And you can also like assign personalities to the characters. So if you like try to recruit some clumsy or some prankster of a mage somewhere in town, because you need more adventurers in the party right now. And the introduction comic strip will see you being pranked, something like that, which is all nice. Also, you can get children and your characters can die or they retire early because I've seen enough, I'm gonna peace out. But before I peace out, let me leave you some teaching. I will mentor one of the existing party members, carry on my knowledge. But man, I've seen enough. My hand has turned into a rock. I've lost my other leg, and I almost got killed by some demon spider. So yeah, that's it, man. I'm out.
Nah, mate, no more, please. I need my other hand.
And the fun thing is also that you can also like save certain characters to reappear in other adventures. So like if you have like a veteran warrior that have like gone through different adventures in, let's say, like different timelines, I guess. So you can have them become as an NPCs later in a new fresh campaign, and say, okay, this new character, oh no, that's that warrior that did stuff. And the fact that you know more about that warrior instead of like, oh, this is just some pre-random generation character that just to fill out the story. But oh, that's my character that I have spent hours in, and I know their stories beforehand. And then see them kill off because of story reasons is just fun.
Oh wow, just like the Star Wars series.
Yeah, you can. They can do that. They can do that. That's Wildebeest, man. Again, it's the cross of a strategy tactics game, but with the storytelling capabilities, thanks to the power of data sheets and choices. So yeah, we've run through the top 30.
Yep.
Now comes the fun part. As we look at
Is
the
it
other
fun?
spreadsheet. I don't know, but this is basically the main course, because oh boy, we have to rank accordingly 10 of the games for our list, and we have to award a game of the year.
As Gogura would say, oh no.
So we have a different spreadsheet for this. For those who don't know, we are looking at spreadsheets to do all these deliberations. And
Who says looking at spreadsheet can be boring? No, this is fun.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Now the fun part is like to fill in the 10 blanks there. In order to not make myself feel guilty again, unlike last year where a certain game was on the top of the spreadsheet and never budged to win the award. I mean, we've discussed it in thorough, and I think we all agree what that game should be the winner. But still, I feel like maybe we should do it a bit more less. We don't preload stuff.
Less obvious.
Yeah.
So what I have here in front of us is like a list of games, the top 30 in alphabetical order, but with 3 different like categories. The bottom 3 are the games we didn't play, so that's automatically will be the bottom 30. And then the top, is it 10 or 11? There are like a few games that we have like discussed pre-show that are in contention for top 10 at the very least. So that's just to make us easier to like look around and sift through the list. And now we have to make the move. So, shall we begin?
All right.
Let's go.
Okay, 10. Ooh. 10 please,
I mean, we don't necessarily need to like put in number 10 first.
Okay, pick one.
We can at least like contemplate whether this game is in top 10 or top 5.
Yeah.
Like for
Are
me,
we going?
okay, go first.
I guess kan, like, I think we go with Chivalry. Where Chivalry 2 kan, you have played it, and we have watched you play very silly shenanigans with it.
Yeah.
Where do you think it lands, Matt?
At the very least, top 10.
Yeah.
At the
Yeah?
very least, it has to
Yeah.
be 10. Again,
No, I don't think. No. I don't think it's that. It is due to the fun that it is fun, and it is one of the few multiplayer only games kan, that works on launch. It is at least top 5
oh, you
or
want to
6
put 5?
or 6. I think 6.
Okay, let's put it 6 first.
Yeah.
But,
Put
okay.
it first. Yeah, we can arrange later. Just put it.
Yeah.
Uh,
Because due to the fact that due to the fact that like our gaming prophet thought how it said, if it just works, can
It
good.
will just works. Let's get Chivalry 2.
Yeah. Alright.
Deathloop. Yeah.
Deathloop. Ooh, Deathloop.
deserves to be top 10.
Yes, Deathloop deserves to be top 10.
I would go to top 5, but it will be a hard batch for...
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or-
it deserves top 5.
It's top. I'm going for top 5, but the problem
I'll put
with
it number
Deathloop is
4.
that I am the biggest fan of Deathloop here, but I'm also the biggest critic of Deathloop.
I mean, I'm also the biggest critic of the game below it, Forza Horizon. So it checks out.
like, here's the thing about Deathloop. Like, I like Deathloop because it tries to do the murder puzzle thing. It channels Hitman in a lot of ways. That's why I like it so much. And the fact that this time around, compared to other arcane games, right, you are totally free from being having to play stealth. Just shoot everyone and you'll be fine. And
No
you are
big
not
deal.
judged in any way whatsoever. That's just so liberating. But the fact of the matter is that to make Deathloop works as it is, with a multiplayer component, with online stuff, a lot of the like fun shenanigans that is in immersive sims, like you can like stack boxes together or something like that, right? That have to be pared down, which is like like there are a lot of things like if you play Deathloop, you will be led into a very specific funnel. There's like no room for silly fun. Like not no total room, less room for silly fun. Like one of the most silly fun things that people share around with Deathloop, right, is that you can put a grenade on top of a fireworks that you can interact. That firework would just like, if you interact with it, it just shoots up and poof, blows a colorful thing. But if you put a grenade on it, like a sticky mine, and you explode the sticky mine while it is nearby an enemy when it goes up into the sky, right? Yeah, that's a free bomb for you. But that's the thing. That's the biggest thing that you can do silly things. You could do much more sillier things in a Dishonored or in a Prey. So that's a bit rubbing me in the wrong way. And the fact that there is a one solution to how to break the loop is really like, that was disappointing. Like it could have been a game where you are allowed to make your own route to win the game. But no, there is a specific solution, which is, come on. You are this close to greatness. This could have been the easy game of the year, but now it's top 5, but it's hovering number 2 or 3 right now. Unless you guys have different opinions.
No.
I think it's not like the not podium, but I think top 4. They are the kalau in F1 itu the
That's all the rest.
yeah, they are the AlphaTauri, like so close.
So close.
But the thing is, they are not AlphaTauri, they're Ferrari.
Oh yeah, with all the backings, they are Ferrari. So.
That's why it hurts. They could have done, this could have been their year, but sikit lagi. Just
Today's ours.
so close.
No.
So close. Like day 1 of playing Deathloop, this is game of the year. Week 2 of playing Deathloop, sikit.
Yeah, it is Ferrari. So close to win. Crash.
Sikit lagi. But I would not be surprised if people are harping over Deathloop as Game of the Year. Like for some people who are not into the immersive sims, this is the best thing ever. And I would agree if you have that perspective. Okay, what else? Oh, by the way, Deathloop and Chivalry still can move around the places. We just put it there for now.
Yeah.
Got it.
Next, we have... we have Forza Horizon.
Here's the funny thing.
So now, shit.
I mean, Forza Horizon 5 should still be in top 10, right?
Yes, definitely.
Okay. But how about Hot Wheels Unleashed, the best racing game winner?
My goodness.
We have established a precedent.
Yeah, but this is good. Okay. Alright.
I think let's put it on. I'm just throwing that out for now. Let's think of other simpler
these
games.
These two games. We keep in view first. Let's go down to Halo then. So Halo Infinite, for me, easy top 5 juga. Due to the fact that it is the reinvention of a series that for the last 5 years was stagnant. And they've done it. 343 has done it. They have beat Master Chief John Halo fun again. Even after it's very interesting cameo in Fortnite. John Halo has done it.
Yeah, no. I mean, top 10 for sure. But I'm still like contemplating. Maybe at the very top is 5 for now. Unless we can figure out a better argument. But it is at least at most 5, at least
5th.
10.
I think you can go 5th.
Yeah, I put it 5 first, but if you want it to go higher, I need to hear more.
Okay. Oh, Hitman 3.
Yes.
Hitman 3 is top 10.
Top 10.
Is it top 10? But I don't know if I have the argument to put it top 5.
No,
because
I don't think. I can argue for it for the game top 5, guys. Like,
because it is a very polished version of Hitman. This is the best Hitman has ever been. But the thing is that they didn't reinvent it as much, and it's because of there's no like big selling point or something. Okay lah, VR is a thing, but do we play VR games?
No, I mean, I'm not only recently dapat a VR headset, so like everything is recent.
PC VR is coming next year. Right now it's just the PSVR thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the limitations of Hitman 3. To be on the list, it doesn't have that killer app to go higher. But it is a solid top 10. I'm gonna put it 10 first. We'll see how it flows later.
Yeah. Alright.
Nier Replicant.
Top 10. I think they deserve being top 10. It is not Game of the Year, no, because it's just more Nier Automata. But top 10, yes. And I mean, again, it is like the rest of the remake remaster punya game. Like, it is unshackling from basically the Xbox 360 and PS3 era. And that is every time that happens, it's already good. And I do like to see Yoko Taro getting angry because his music designer always gets the credit and not him. So top 10. Just
Top
put
10.
it somewhere. Yeah, put it somewhere in the top 10.
But is it better than Hitman 3? Hard questions, huh?
Hard question. Yeah, I have to think about it. Yeah.
Okay, if you're gonna think about it, KIV lah. But it is top 10 for sure.
Psychonauts. I think thinking back, I think they can overtake Hitman 3 due to the fact that before, I think recently Yoko Taro did say he want to burn up the Final Fantasy 14 servers, and recently the Final Fantasy servers has been terrible. So I guess he has done the deed and burn up the servers so that now people play real Replicant. It's just a theory. Yeah, like it's an unrelated side tapi yeah.
Okay. I'll figure out the use of the information later.
One useless information episode. Okay.
Oh no.
Alright. I cannot. You really want to make Stream Shaper happy, even though we are like basically guerrilla media. Because kalau ikut kan, they can be the number one, but I think they can be podium.
I mean, podium at the very least.
Yeah,
but I would entertain an argument to push it down to just top 5.
Ooh, let's hear it. Why?
No. I mean, if anyone wants to push down Psychonauts 2 to just top 5, I wouldn't mind. Like, at the end of the day, Psychonauts 2 is still a game that is a form of a video game that we come to know already. It's like that. It's not like defining anything new, but it's just that for the brief they are going for a 3D platformer with a interesting story, they nail all that brief with flying colors. It's like, this is the dish you ordered, this is the dish you get, and it is done to almost perfection. But this is still that dish, that nasi goreng. That nasi goreng kampung. That's the thing about it. I mean, it is so well done, but at the end of the day, this is not like super avant-garde new thing that we haven't seen before. No. But this is still a comfortable thing that you are very familiar with, just done so well executed. So that's why I'm not really pushing it for the win for now. But we can make that argument later. At the very least, we can settle it for top 3 to top 5.
Right, I think Still, I think it deserves to be in the podium at least for now.
Yeah, it's in the running. It's in the running. Where do we slot Resident Evil Village?
Ooh, Resident Evil Village, top 10 as well. And like I said, it is the same boat as Psychonaut. It doesn't really reinvent the wheel. People are there basically for the mummy vampire GF. And that's about it. But yeah, it doesn't, like, it is a trend for the last 5 years since Resident 7 came out in 2017. Then we have a year gap before Resident Evil 2 remake, and then another year gap before Resident Evil 3 remake, and now it's Resident Evil 8. And it is, I want to say that I almost gotten like Resident Evil fatigue, but it is, the fundamentals are solid enough to make it enjoyable at least. And I don't think it is a top podium. No, I think it's a top 10 contender, like around 9 maybe.
I would have thought you might say 8. Wait,
9. Nah.
Okay. Let's put 9 first. But then remember, Near Replicant, I haven't put it in the top 10 just yet.
Okay.
So we still need to adjust. And we have more we have more games on the watch list compared to the slots we need to fill in. So some games will remain unranked.
Alright. Road 96.
Easy top 3.
Yeah, definitely. Due to the fact that it is weird and it is quirky enough to have such a story that twists and turns into every playthrough before the final true ending and stuff, it deserves to be in the top 3. Who knows? Maybe it might be the game of the year. Who knows? Tak tahu? I don't know.
That remains to be seen, but it is there for now on number 2. Unpacking? Oh no.
Unpacking. I'm sorry lah.
No.
It is. I'm sorry, Unpacking, but you have to be the Haas for this one. 11, please. And I think it will be in the top 30, but it doesn't have the the charm. It does have the charm, mind you. It's very comfortable and cozy, but it doesn't have what I expect a game to be in the top 10. Sorry to say.
It's a very unique experience, but yeah, it doesn't hold up as in in the top 10 list with this strong of a competitor. It just doesn't. It just cannot. The charm is not enough to carry it further. So Valheim.
Yeah. Valheim. Ooh, Alan, where do you think?
deserve top 10.
Yeah,
Okay, top
Horizon.
10. Okay,
Yeah.
top 10 is the easy answer. But is it top 5? That's the curveball right
It's
now.
early access.
it is early access, so they can grow.
I'm not even sure if it should be listed here. It could be.
Yeah, juga. Like
Is
it
it
is
early
in
access?
test, so technically, if it's if not even ranked in the top 10, tak apa, because
You know what? We're gonna put honorable mention.
Okay.
can be.
If that's
Yeah.
the case, then Valheim is also unranked.
Yeah.
Alright. Will the myth?
But Valheim will
Correct.
be number 1 in honorable mention.
Yeah.
Thing.
Fine.
Boy. Well,
I wanted the 11 to 30 to be unranked, but fine. It was considered. Let's just put the
Yeah, but if that's the ranking lah, basically, like that will be like the top that
Yep.
unranked.
So, will the myth? I don't know if I can make an argument to top 5 already, because a lot of its selling point is like it kind of overlaps.
It's you making the fun.
Like that, and also like a lot of the system is already like similar threads to Route 96. Like I think both of them can either be equal to, but for what I can say is that Wildermyth is still like is still a little bit janky in parts. It still feels like cobbled together in some form, but that's the charm of it. You can see.
That's the charm of indie games. Yeah, that's the charm of indie games. It's just the quirks makes it fun sometimes.
So that's the problem. That's the problem I have with Wildermyth is that I cannot recommend it that high, but I have to recommend it. At the very least, it should be number 10. Like we could probably bump all the games right now and then slot in Wildermyth at number 10.
Yeah. I think it is a top 10 meter. Oh, mana? 8?
Okay, now we have to look back at the Forza conundrum.
Oh, okay. Right. Back to Forza. Okay.
So how we wanna do this? Like,
okay. Alright. So, if for like say like you said, kan, we are, even though you like Deathloop, you're the high critic. I also like Forza, but I am also its harshest critic. It's like that it's like that quote from the Ratatouille movie by Anton Ego, like everybody can be a critic, but when you like it is more meaningful. I think that's the saying goes. And I don't know, this is quite interesting. But it is not impossible, because a certain other very big site has named Forza Horizon 5 as their game of the year overall. So it could be in first.
okay, that's okay. Okay, you throw the curveball here. Oh god.
That's right. So
Wait,
we have a precedent.
Wait. No, okay, hold on. The conversation I thought we are gonna make is that if Forza Horizon 5 is gonna be on the top 10 list, shouldn't Hot Wheels Unleashed as the de facto racing game of the year, shouldn't it be on that list as well? Or how we gonna put this then?
Okay, actually,
Because now you've put the conversation the conversation was supposed to be, can Hot Wheels squeeze into is Forza Horizon 5 game of the year? Oh god, wait, hold on.
Okay. Actually.
And this is the first game in the list that we are talking about. Is it possible to put game of the year? Oh
yeah,
no,
this
wait.
is the Gado one. Okay. This is the part that we're talking about.
Oh.
Another 1 hour. Okay. So, alright. Even though, okay, I will now give you an argument. I will now use my argument degree that I've learned. Okay. Even though Hot Wheels won Racing Game of the Year, this is a big but. But okay, let's say in the future, in let's say 2020, not 2020, not maybe 2076, let's say. Okay, what game? Oh, I want to play a retro racer. What game should I play? Would that person pick a branded game, a branded licensed game about cars, about model cars, ataupun the game that he has heard from his grandparents, perhaps. Oh, this is the game. If you want to play a racing game, Sunny, this is the one you want to play. That's my argument.
Okay.
Because we are looking at future. Because looking at the future, I think even though Hot Wheels won our racing game of the year, but we will still play Forza Horizon. Betul tak?
Okay. Now, okay. If you're gonna go that line of thought,
Yeah.
okay, there's a better way to untangle this, because I have to consider Forza Horizon 5 and Hot Wheels Unleashed to be together, because I see them as racing games. So they are come together as packages, right?
Yeah.
So what you're saying right now, that Forza Horizon 5 is more than a racing game.
Yes.
Whatever that means.
Whatever that is, kan?
It's more than a racing game. Oh god, what?
I think that it is like Forza, kan? Like we have come to the point that Forza Horizon is now on par with the Gran Turismo as a brand. Not Motorsport. Motorsport has fumbled it badly with the last three installments, but Horizon is now toe-to-toe with GT7. It is the game, and if people, let's say in the future, like the next Horizon, mana tahu like Dubai or Tokyo, whatever, people will be lining up for it. It is the car game. I know this one. The same way like people are saying, Gran Turismo, I know this one.
And we started, and the mainstream, what you said, the mainstream exposure to that is from Forza Horizon 5. This game came out with on Game Pass as well, right? This is the first game to launch of the series to launch.
Date on Blameless.
Okay, this is way too big. I need to unpack some stuff. Oh man. Okay. So we'll at this course of the discussion, we have at least one game of the year contender. Anna, do you think we have more?
Let me check.
If we have our friend from the Shadow Realm, I think he would say this. I think he will also like argue juga to the fact that, because the one thing that keeps a game going is the casual fan base.
Yep.
And nothing captures casual fan base than this type of games, because Hot Wheels can even though it is our racing game, it feels more of a rough jam.
Okay lah, it's more that is the best racing game because it caters to the racing gamers.
Yes.
Okay. No, because we need, if we're gonna do this kind of Hail Mary, we need to have a proper explanations. Like somehow, if one day this conversation got viral or something, and then people keep poking holes at our argument. Why this game got racing game of the year, but the other game didn't win, but got the bigger award straight away? Like, what the heck? What logic are these guys into? Were they sleeping when they argue this? I mean, this is technically late night, but yeah.
I mean, that's what people say about my review of Last of Us 2, and why is it not in our game of the year? But I don't care.
Okay. So how about this? Until we get, I think number one, we should keep all beat. Let's discuss the the bottom 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay.
Because I think, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, we have locked the top 10 games.
Okay.
So
7, 8 belum lagi. We have 7, 8.
No. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All of them
6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. So next is Far Cry 6.
No, the rest tu tak kisah. Lantak.
Tak kisah. Alright.
Unless you guys have another Hail Mary to bring it up.
Aduh.
No, I don't think.
So I guess can Hot Wheels. Okay. So
if like this, if you're gonna go with this argument, we can leave alone Hot Wheels Unleashed in the unranked zone.
Okay, but I want to hear your side, Mac. What do you think? Because my side is already biased, fan. What do you think?
No, because that's the thing. When I first put the argument into if you're gonna put Forza Horizon 5 in here, it's just we have to bring Hot Wheels Unleashed in because those both games are technically racing games, and it would be weird if we have technically the best game of the genre to be placed lower in the overall list. That's what my line of thinking was first. Since you have confirmed that Forza Horizon 5 is more than a racing game, that line of thinking has been unshackled.
I mean, as a game, for me personally, as a game, Forza is more complete. But as a racing game, I would say
Hot Wheels more, yeah.
is something deserving of racing game.
And it's the matter of fact that Hot Wheels Unleashed is focused on making a racing game. Forza is doing more stuff.
Yeah. As the game itself is more.
Yeah.
So yeah, okay. Leave Hot Wheels Unleashed in the unranked. Fine, it's fine.
I'm sorry, Milestone Games. We have failed you.
Sorry, my sweet summer child.
I'm sorry, son.
This is the way.
This is the way.
Number 10. Kejap. Some shenanigans with the spreadsheets are happening.
Yeah, so as we do some shenanigans again, like this is why we love talking about Game of the Year. This is why it takes like more probably 5 hours to do this type of episode because goddamn. Like even though we are now a man down since early 2021 and this has been the most funnest. This is actually quite interesting to do something like with 3 people. Due to the fact that I or maybe Mac or maybe Anna can do like dumbass curveballs like this for no reason. Well, like if you guys have been hearing for us for like 4 years now, I thank you. Due to the fact that we also I don't know, like ramble on sometimes. And it is quite nice. Like even though our views aren't exactly like big as the likes of, GB's Brave punya stuff or KKP's I don't know, bi-monthly or bi-annually doing podcast with much bigger punya orang. But we're done 100 episodes. We might as well do another 200.
Let's go.
The fade out to Anand's Let's Go. We work so well. So, alright, okay. The order has been set. Okay, now we need to look at who sticks to number 10. Like right now at the most bottom is Wildermyth. And then near Replicant, Hitman 3, Resident Evil Village, Chivalry 2. So, here's the thing. I think Chivalry 2 and Resident Evil Village can go higher. I think that will stick.
That I agree.
Now the bottom 3 order is between Hitman 3, Near Replicant and Wildermyth. How are we gonna rearrange this? If need so.
I think it should be as it is.
Yeah, I think it should be as it is as well. Like Wildermyth is good for top 10, but it will stay 10.
Yeah,
That's still an honor.
Yeah, it's still on the top 10. That's not a bad.
I have no more cards to play for Wildermyth.
Yeah.
And in terms of like bringing back a game, no, how do you put this? No, okay, Near Replicant can stay there. I have
99 point. Yeah, it is. It is just more Near Automata, so 9 place is not that bad.
Between Resident Evil Village and Hitman 3, I think the more impactful game, well, I would maybe personally not agree, but Village is the stronger contender lah. Just for the fact that it is doing more things, new things. Hitman 3 is this is the nasi goreng kampung done well.
Yeah.
I mean, they tried to do a weird Panda food order or something like that. It didn't work. And then
the food Panda special.
And then we open back our old kedai. This is how we do it again. Okay, so stick around. Between Resident Evil Village and Chivalry 2, will there be any changes?
No. I don't think so. I guess Chivalry 2 does a good job with the multiplayer, and oh my god, so many references. Like there's one video I've seen on YouTube, like so many references to like old-timey stuff, like mata-mata semua. It deserves to be better than Vampire Lady. So yeah.
Alright, cool. So that sticks. How about this? Chivalry 2 versus Halo Infinite.
Although
Halo
Halo
Slayer.
The big okay. Is it because of Halo or what?
It's Halo Redemption.
Yeah, this is the redemption arc for 343.
Alright, so Chivalry 2 is number 6. Halo Infinite versus Deathloop.
Oh,
Okay, this is difficult.
okay. Mac, do you have anything to do you have anything to say about Deathloop? Because I know where it lies. What about you? Atas ke bawah? Tingkat atas atau tingkat bawah?
The most fun. That's the thing. When it has been far removed from the time I've played Deathloop that I have lost all the words to say good things about Deathloop. Like Deathloop, when you are playing it, when you are while you are still in the investigation, while you still haven't finished the game, it is just full of like weird mysteries together to figure out how do I get to this person, how do I discover this, how do I open this room, what does this room mean, why is the setting vague, why is the place called Abdam, is this even set in the real world, stuff like that, those stuff. And even after playing after finishing Deathloop, some of the questions have been intentionally being left unanswered, which I don't mind. Like, I do think a lot about how weird this world might be if you try to put on all the pieces together. There are some weird twist sentence, and I believe they hinted on multiverse as well.
Ooh.
It goes weird places, but they don't go over explaining to stop the mystery. It is still a mysterious game even after playing Deathloop. But the problem with Deathloop is that I cannot go back. I've seen it enough that I already just gonna default, oh yeah, I'm gonna do this again. Like, doing the same runs again doesn't feel as fun because you know the gimmick. You know the tricks.
Yeah.
But discovering it for the first time is just, oh yes! Oh, there's a secret door here. Oh, there's a way to bypass this thing. Alright. But after that, now I know already. I cannot. Like, you can reset the progress for code to start back from fresh. But you cannot refresh my memory. You can't do that.
The 2B. The 2B moment.
If only Deathloop was properly system based, like the way you can finish the loop, to break the loop, you can do it any other way. And then, like, as a invading player, as the player who just entered this other world to stop the other guy from breaking the loop, you have no idea what to expect. Is this guy at the start of the loop? Is this guy, how far have they gone through the loop? That will make a much more enticing game that can last longer. But I understand that's way bigger of a scope that I don't think they have time or the budget to implement. It almost became the better Hitman. It's just this close. That's Deathloop.
I mean, it's already the better Hitman. It's around here instead of 8.
Sure, but if you put Hitman 2 and Deathloop in the same year, the arguments will change. But yeah, on this list, it's the better Hitman.
So, atas?
I don't know if I want to budge Psychonauts 2 for Deathloop. But Route 96 looks comfy over there.
Yeah, I think Route 96 is... second or third? Are they Red Bull or Ferrari?
I want to applaud the unconventional, the uniqueness of the storytelling way they have pioneered. It is the game that I wish Telltale made, so I'm gonna rate it highly. I'm not sure if I have the argument to push it top.
No,
but it is.
No. I mean, even though, let's say, you to rank it quite highly, there's quite a criticism in a sense. It's not enough. The story just not punchy enough for some people. So yeah,
like it might be personally, it might be the game of the year for me. Tapi for overall, it is not it has the quirks that it doesn't feel like it could be someone's the overall GM version of GM already. So like yeah, I think like third place second. So Psychonauts, where did he lead? No, everything rest.
Let it be there for Psychonauts. Letak yang lain dulu.
Letak dia dulu. Oh shit. Okay,
Number
so
one, Psychonauts.
the big V8 in the room then.
Oh man.
The big block LS.
The big block LS elephant in the room there.
Okay. I think Halo Infinite won't budge. It sticks at number 5.
Yep. The actual Halo 5. Halo 5 doesn't exist.
Man, this top 4 is whack.
As expected for a company like us.
Wow. Man.
Unconventional.
How you arrange it doesn't matter. It's still wild.
Okay. Before we do the top 4 and like I expect someone like stumbling upon our website. Wait, where's Returnal? Where's Ratchet and Clank? Where's Metroid? Dread? Don't know.
Problem is we did play.
Remind me, we have to put a disclaimer on top of the article. Just
this is our list,
yeah, this is our list. We don't play all the big games. We have our very specific preferences of genres that we take along. I mean, who the heck would put an overall game of the year list and have 2 4X games on there?
Nah.
So yeah, back on topic. If Road 96 does not have enough support, I think it can move
4.
down to I was almost bargaining, but oh boy, lower awful. But yeah, I think Psychonauts 2 and Deathloop sticks on the podium.
Yes.
That's the way it is.
Yes.
Right now.
Yes. Road 96.
Because like I said, like Psychonauts does one thing, but it does one thing best. It knows it. And I think that the game is pretty short, like it doesn't overstay its welcome as well.
20 hours.
On
like
that is
I
good.
finished.
Yeah.
Very, very nice. Like I don't feel like padding wise none. Of course you have the optional stuff that you can collect, right? But it doesn't overstay its welcome. Totally good pacing. Totally.
See, so yeah, it is a game that is built very well. So it deserves a podium spot.
Meanwhile, Deathloop is the new fusion food. Nasi goreng kampung, chicken chop.
Yes. The Food Panda special, the nasi goreng chicken chop.
Yeah, that's how it is. So it's a bit different. It's a new kind of game. It doesn't play to conventions, but I wish they don't play into conventions even more. It's just sikit lagi. But Deathloop is still a fun experience that if you go in, you finish through, you will appreciate the journey. The ending might be weird, but you appreciate the journey of like putting together the murder puzzle. That's still satisfying. Unfortunately, you cannot erase the solution.
Okay, let's say you already found solution and stuff. Is it worth it to replay?
That's the thing. You basically know the game. But the trick is that do you want to mess around with other people? You can play as the evader.
Ooh,
I guess the evader is the end game, technically speaking. But I don't vibe enough with with evading people. Again, because of the limitations of the interactions that you can do. I thought that coming into Deathloop, I can just be the evader and just stack in some weird boxes, close in some doors, like indirectly mess them, like not even like trying to kill them, but just like make them feel spooky that you will be hunted. But now I'm just playing around. Haha. I thought you can do that. No.
No, like
all
Dishonored style. Yeah. You thought you'd be in the Dishonored style of gameplay, but nah.
Yeah, this is not Dishonored. Like the fact that there is an 0451 reference. The first door that you can put a code is that you can put a 4451, but it doesn't open. Speaks a lot. of the intentions of this game. This does not want to be an immersive sim. It wants to be something else. And what something else is pretty delicious still. So is this a case of one game that does it all, sticks around to the top? Like at the end of the day, it feels like it's either Forza Horizon 5 and Psychonauts 2 that can go Game of the Year.
No, please no more, not the coin toss.
The what?
No, the coin toss.
I'm not implying a coin toss, but those are the stronger contenders there. And anyway, we slice it right. Microsoft wins.
No, Microsoft wins. Goddamn.
Top 3 is Microsoft. God.
Okay, like I said, like this is the cause and effect. Well, when the shortage, the console shortage, you get Microsoft winning everything
because they put their games on PC.
This is the caveat of is very console exclusive. Yeah, so antara Team Schafer atau the PLP50.
I'm not sure who's gonna blink first. Like in terms of
okay. Another let's have a weird turn around. Who will win in a foot race? PLP50 atau Team Schafer?
That's the fun part. It's a close competition though. You tell how fast the PLP50 is.
Yeah.
It's as fast as Team Schafer.
That's right.
But you know what? I think I have exhausted any arguments for Deathloop. I think it just sticks number 3.
It just sticks number 3.
I feel closure with this. Like I have nothing else to see with Deathloop. It's an amazing game that I wish could have been more, but what it is still good. Now it's the solid game of which is the strong. How do you want to frame Game of the Year? What is Game of the Year for us? The game that defined 2021?
Yeah.
Okay. But is it like? Is it because why is it defining 2021?
Connects people. They're part.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, it is. I know it's cliche. It is true. Like it does connect. Like Psychonauts. It connects people via their interpretation of the human psyche again, because you are going into people's brain and then you give a more understanding between one another, and that's connecting people. While Forza Horizon literally connects people with one another.
Yeah, you can now send gifts, help people out, be a good guy, be a good person on virtual Mexico. And be rewarded. Yeah, both games do define 2021 in a sense. Like if you're looking for inner peace, there's Psychonauts 2 that talks you through struggles, mental struggles.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Forza Horizon 5 is your car paradise. The escapism.
Yeah.
You can't drive cars around this time of day during this situation we have right now. Here you go, have fun, and you don't necessarily need to race to be a good racer. Just have fun with cars as a vehicle of expression. I mean, it is a vehicle also, but
a vehicle of expression.
Yeah. Hard. This is quite hard.
We still go in circles, by the way.
Yeah.
I don't see any arguments are like making one case for the other, but we're just saying how good these two games are. My God.
Yeah, like, can we make the argument? Okay, well, can we make one last argument to say that due to the fact that people are technically sleeping over Psychonauts 2, maybe we can use our platform to showcase, let's play more Psychonauts 2. Because I don't think Forza needs any more interaction or any more promotion, because hot damn, everybody and their mother is playing, even though it's so hard to find people in Forza Arcade now.
I think we have set that precedent before, haven't we?
Yeah.
Nier Automata comes to mind.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. Because this is our platform to showcase the best of the best, kan. Tapi sometimes
Yeah.
sometimes we need to showcase tu lah.
What is, let's say, game art at its best? Which is it? Like game development at its best. Psychonauts or Forza. So not just people enjoying, but the art of game itself.
You know what? If you frame that question,
Hmm?
which also can be reinterpreted as which nasi goreng ayam is the better one.
The nasi goreng the nasi goreng Mexico atau the nasi goreng chicken chop?
No, chicken chop was definitely
Okay, so nasi goreng Psychonauts what nasi goreng? Nasi goreng Cinawan.
sedawan lah because you get high to mind of people lah, I guess.
Nice.
No, I lost
Yeah.
the train of thought trying to make that interpretation.
Yeah.
I
think we
Yeah,
established Psychonauts to have embodied that vision of this is game at its best.
yeah.
Like they are doing this. This is the game that you expected, and they delivered at the best form that they can do. I mean, if you're gonna be nitpicky, would still say that the platforming is just solid. But the fact that it is solid is already a major improvement from what was a rough gem. That is Psychonauts 1.
Yep.
Meanwhile, with Forza Horizon 5, this is a beast of a game that finally people are giving it the recognition it has due for. But what it is now is just like they just refine the dish. They just refine the game. They put in a
little bit more salt.
very very subtle changes. Like okay,
Yeah.
the dish itself that is being presented, right? They change it to be a little bit smaller to fit the look of the presentation just a bit nicer. So, and then the way they cook the stuff is a bit different, which probably is why it has some online issues. But at the end of the day, it's also another refined version of the game we have already played. So, I think it's all down to personal bias then. Which one do we favor more?
We've been going this for 3 hours now. I'm pretty sure.
Nah, it's 2 hours 30, but you're still not wrong.
Almost. Yeah.
Yeah.
This bit is the two. I think if we just spent 20 minutes going round and round and round.
Yeah. We've been going for the whole game of the year. We've been going for 138 minutes.
Wow.
Round and
More
round
than
and
2
round.
hours.
Round
Yeah.
and round and round we go. But okay lah, like even though my spiel kan at the start at before we set the top 10 at Forza Horizon, I'm still mad that the game is quite broken, fundamental, like multiplayer wise. Even though they have said they have fixed it, but again, this is the Christmas time, so fixes are coming late. Understandably, so like. Even though it is the game of all games, but it is still, to me, as a fan of the series, it doesn't deserve to be top spot. So, well, I have made my choice.
Psychonauts 2 it is.
How long the crazy Hell Mirror journey might be finally coming to an end.
Yes.
Wow.
30 minutes around 20 minutes for here je.
Wow. How did Forza Horizon 5 became like top 10 to Game of the Year contender to back to number 2? Man, that's a roller coaster down there.
Yeah, just like the F1 season this year.
Yeah. The final lap.
The final
We made the final lap.
lap.
And the most consistent of the performer that I don't think that we can find a big, any flaws to an argument
Yeah.
to put down Psychonauts 2.
Yeah.
I think we just couldn't find it. This game has delivered what it wanted it to be, and it delivered well, and it was all the time and effort to get this out for as long as it has been in development was all worth it. Somehow, this game got a lot of nominations in various game awards. Not just us, but other outlets as well. But some still like kinda under the bubble. But here you are, Psychonauts 2. Here you are. Psychonauts 2 is Gamer Malaya and Gamer Matters Game of the Year for 2021.
Yeah. And wins by the curveball of the directors.
Bias.
Hey, we all like racing games, but at this point, Psychonauts way better. Deserve it.
At the end of the day, this is Game of the Year awards. This is all it's all about.
Ken, you do not lead the race for 58 laps. Ever 57 laps. You lead for the final lap.
The final lap that matters.
So yeah.
Can we have a picture of Team Schaefer with that outfit standing out to get an award?
Can we?
Yes.
Can we tag Team Schaefer saying that, oh, congrats, you won our Game of the Year. really sport.
There's no
Team
harm
Schaefer, the publisher, developer, just tag whatever.
Like I don't care if you just give us a picture. Like, can we say like, can you just give us a picture of your very nice suit? We only want that.
So yeah, let's go around back and read out the top 10 games of 2031 according to Gamer Malaya and Gamer Matters. At number 10, we have Wildermyth. At number 9, Neo Replicant version 1.22474487139 ... At number 8, Hitman 3. At number 7, Resident Evil Village. Number 6, Chivalry 2. Number 5, Halo Infinite. 4, Route 96. Number 3, Deathloop. Number 2, Forza Horizon 5. And the Game of the Year award goes to Psychonauts
2. Yeah. I forgot to bring in. Yeah, I forgot to bring the what's it called? The orchestra to come in, but it is 3 a.m. right now, so
Yeah.
You know what? Speaking all the spices and food, I need to share you one image from Psychonauts 2 that fits perfectly with this ending. I forgot where it is. It's basically a picture of that game show beat.
While Mike's finding like again, like this is and I think like this is the second game that has gotten the award because of the fact that they need the recognition besides Nier Automata, because the last three of 2018 from 2019 are all quite famous, because 2018 was Monster Hunter World, 2019 was Control, and last year winner Yakuza Like a Dragon. Like I think all three got really good fan base, while the likes of Psychonauts 2 gets shafted quite badly. Yeah. Thank you, Team Schaefer. Thank you for wearing that purple suit and convincing me to play your game now.
Play the game show. Kejap. One more. I have one more.
I'm saving this picture. I am saving this picture so bad.
Now, imagine the game show music playing while you see this. Man, yeah. It has been a wild ride, guys, for 2021. Oh. Yeah, amazing games all around. Despite the circumstances, we still get to enjoy very different and very good games all around the year. And yeah, and then we got gems like this, like Psychonauts 2. How are we gonna end this now? I haven't thought far. I haven't thought this far for the podcast. And this is our 100th episode as well. So any last words?
I don't know.
Yes.
It's been an eventful year. Quite packed. A lot of
Yeah.
things happen. And our Game of the Year awards just sort of like a simple culmination. It doesn't tell the whole story, but still, we hope we did our best to convey a good year that is 2021 for gaming. Anything, Daniel?
Yeah, like, okay. Like, I would like to thank you all for our readers, our listeners, and our viewers for like all of the witness that we've been doing for the past like what 12 months. I mean, it has been quite an interesting roller coaster over a year. As Anand said, and like if you see our like review list, our game reviews has been interesting. Like for the likes of 4X's, racing games, not like even like platformers, horror games, even like indie stuff.
Yeah, we've been focusing on non-AAA.
Yeah, we have been focusing on non-AAA to the fact that for obvious reason we don't have that very wide console with the disposable plastic clips. But yeah, it's fun. It has been fun. Like it is nice that we get to do this. What the past of was like just weirdly enough, and hopefully we can do that all over again starting in January. So Mac,
And the fact that this is episode number 100, we've done this long, and we've gone through 4 Game of the Year awards, recording it and showing it to the world. Well, some people of the world who look at it, but still, it's all available worldwide, globally. It's definitely a wild ride. It's a crazy experience. And to have you guys still on board through all of this is just, yeah, I couldn't show more appreciation than I can right now. Unless we got Big Boss to belanja every one of us more nasi.
I wish
we have to convince our Big Boss Overlord to go belanja or something. Have another dinner out or something. Because the Gamer Malaya and Gamer Matters have been around for quite a while we still like the underdog scrappers of the Malaysia games media outlet. But still, the fact that we are sticking around for this long is still quite the achievement. Plus, we have 100. We can boast about we having a long running podcast with 100 episodes ongoing.
Yeah, it's a good PR at least.
I mean, it'll stop being good PR when they know what is in the content. But still,
Oh no.
Hey, first impression, right?
It's a good indication of some consistency with still small time.
Yeah, like I don't know, like we might not be. Well, we used to be in like the first 2 episodes of a certain radio station, tapi ever since he went into the Shadow Realm, tapi yeah, I think it's okay.
Oh yeah, shout out to our friend from the Shadow Realm because I think he started everything. He wanted to rant over David Cage, and then I say, how about podcast? And you guys say, on. Oh boy.
Oh yes.
Yeah, anyway, how long can we go?
I mean, how long? Okay, so
I don't mean the podcast.
I mean, how long can we go? I mean, this is like I don't want to quote Chimera Conan here. Like 4 years, man. We've been doing this for 4 years. Like it is as okay, I'll quote him anyway. As Chimera Conan would say, this is like a hobby, basically. A very quite expensive hobby that we would like to, share it to you all. Okay, salah, like, doesn't matter if you guys don't really care about us for time. It's fun. It's still fun. Just, sitting down here, enjoying the accompanying friends.
And oh no, I forgot what to add. Yeah, that's the thing.
brain rot. The chicken brain.
I mean, we've been going for so long this time around, and
the Kiara bird brain.
It's always like that. We always like plan something, but never think it through properly until the end.
Isn't that the podcast in a nutshell?
I mean, that's Game of Matters in a nutshell. Even if you think about it, we just wing it. Take any opportunity as we go. See if it works. If it's not, it's fine. If it works, good on us. But yeah, I think the biggest takeaway is that we keep doing this because we have fun doing it. As long as that it has that value, I think we can keep going.
Yeah. As Papa Reggie would say, if it's not fun, then why bother?
I mean, if a responsible company would see us doing this, they'll question everything we have done so far. But no, we do it for fun. I think that has its own value.
There's no overloads to answer to.
No corpo holding us back.
As we say this, flash forward 2 years time.
Hi everybody, this episode of the podcast, Gamer's Podcast, is brought to you by
something VPN.
This is brought to you by the Kiroshi Eyewear Company. Change your eyes now with 50% off by using our code
GM50.
Yeah, I guess we can wrap it up now.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like I want to say more, but I just couldn't think of it at the moment. But the fact that we have reached this milestone finally, after all the hyping up, it's just like, you know how you reach the mount at the top of the mountain and then you just like breathless is one thing, but the view is also breathtaking. Yeah, that's what I feel right now. It's just like I just want to soak it in. Oh, we've done this far, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Go up another mountain.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
As long as you guys are with me, okay, let's go. But yeah, we'll keep on doing. Let's see how far we can go. Let's put it like that. Hey, maybe we can do some stuff like, I don't know. I might propose to you guys something for the podcast next season.
Oh, we're going TikTok. Okay, fine. I wouldn't mind. Reviewing games while dancing. Yeah, that's the new thing.
Oh no.
I mean, we could go full nasi ayam. Review game as food.
Review game as food. Yeah.
We review games, but we use all the food nomenclatures.
Yeah.
It has the right textures. It doesn't have the umami.
Yeah, this new Saints Row game looks fun, but you know, it's not like the old recipe. It's not as spicy.
This fusion of RPG
pepper.
and action.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll talk at the behind the curtains for that one. I have some ideas that we can throw the spanner at the format. But there you go. That's a teaser to come, and that's Daya.log, the Gamer Matters podcast for season 4 for 2021. You have listened for this long. Thank you. And
you MVP, man, dude.
Bye for now. See you guys next season.
Yep, see you guys next season.
Happy New Year. And holidays. Stay safe.
Yeah, stay safe, man. Stay safe, guys.